I'm making this video to help anybody who's struggling with addiction, or I'm gonna at least try, and hopefully it will help somebody, maybe. I've struggled I'm only 19, so I don't have as many years as a lot of people do, but I've been struggling since the age of 12 with alcohol and then other drugs and all that. I don't consider pot as a drug. That just helps with some of my problems that I have. But if anyone who watches this, or you know anybody that struggles with addiction and know they need help, they can message me, and I will put my email and stuff and Facebook stuff for people to message me if you need to. I'm here, and I'm surprised I'm alive with all the shit I've done and all that. Sorry. But, if anyone ever needs anybody to talk to about it, I know how hard it could be to try to quit. I quit cold turkey off of fucking meth. And people look at me and if they know that I've done it, they look at me and they're like, "You don't look like you've done the meth." And I'm like, "I know. But you can't just tell. It doesn't happen to everybody like that." Not everybody's looks change all the time. It happens, yes. And no matter what anyone tries to tell you, and they try to tell you addiction is not a disease, it is. It is a disease. Most people, it has been a proven fact that most people who end up having an addiction have some type of mental disability, like depression, anxiety, bipolar, PTSD, schizophrenia, anything. Because people try to use drugs as a coping skill and hide from the pain and hide from voices and just hide from everything. And it works for a little while, yes. But it's not something that will always fucking work, and I know it doesn't. I've been using a bunch of different drugs since I was young, and yeah, I'm still young technically, but that don't matter. I used a lot of different things. I'm not gonna list them, but you name it, I've most likely have done it. Whether it was I was addicted to it or I just tried it, but I've probably done it. And I use drugs mostly to help cope with a bunch of things, and it just happens with, I've been abused by my ex-boyfriend, I've been sexually assaulted, I've lost my best friend to suicide, my fiance to bone cancer, and then my best friend to an accident when he was working on his car. And all that, those three happened within a month and a half from each other. And what I did was I used drugs. And I quit cold turkey off of everything except for pot. I quit cold turkey off of fucking meth, dude. And I was addicted for that for years, and it was hard. Trust me, I know it will be. And I may not know anybody that messages me, but that don't mean I don't care. 'Cause it's better you talk to somebody about it, and you're too scared to go actually get professional help. But talking to somebody about it who understands what it's like to go through that is at least a little bit better, and it helps. Trust me, it does. Sorry, I'm a little tired. But talking to someone, it does help. It does. I've been going to substance abuse counseling and a bunch of other shit to fucking help me, or try to anyways, and it's helping a little bit. I still have cravings. I still, sometimes I'll smoke a cigarette and it smells like fucking dope, and I just fucking crave it. And, like, I've had some friends within the past couple weeks message me and wanting to do it, and I have to be the bigger person no matter if I crave it or not. I gotta just realize and be like, look, this is why I want to stay clean. This is why I'm trying to do this. I don't want to die. I want to have my parents be proud of me. Because honestly, my parents blame themselves, and it's not their fault, it's mine. And I'd rather get clean and stop doing those types of drugs than to stay on them and either end up in jail on them or end up dead because of them. And most people who are on meth or heroin, it might not be right away, but eventually, if they don't get off of it, or they don't end up in jail, guess what? They end up dead. And it took me a while to realize that, and even when my fiance tried to get me off of it, I couldn't. Even though I've had some really tough times while I was on it, it still did not stop me from doing it. I was addicted, like, I had to have it. And it took everything in me after he passed away to realize that I need to stay clean. I need to do better for myself, get my life back on track, go to school, get my GED, then go to college. And I can't do that if I'm on drugs, and I won't be able to achieve what I want to in life. And I guess I'm just kind of making this video. It kind of just sounds like I'm rambling on about stuff, but I'm kind of more just making this video so people who are struggling with addiction or know someone who is struggling with addiction can hopefully get help. Though I'm not a professional, I understand. And I mean, hell, I take care of people for a living. That's my job, like, and I love it. And I take care of people who need to understand coping skills, people with disabilities, and people who have been on drugs and are getting off of drugs. That's what I work with. So, I mean, I guess you can say I'm not a complete professional about the subjects, but I know a lot and I understand a lot about it, and I'm always going to be here to talk to anybody who wants to talk about it. And I know it's a tough subject to talk about. Fuck. But it's something that can't be ignored. I don't care. Like, you could be doing meth or heroin or something for like 20 fucking years, but guess what? You can still quit. You could have been doing it for like 50 years. And if you're not dead or in jail, guess what? You can still quit. Like, yes, it's hard, but it's worth it to actually get better, get your life back on track, because all those two drugs do to you, if they don't kill you or put you in jail, tears you away from your family, because if you don't have a job, guess what? You're stealing to get money for your drugs. It rips your family apart. It takes over you. And guess what? If you die from it, the one thing going to your grave with you that will follow you is that drug. That drug will still be in your system when you die, and it will be there. And that will be the last thing you remember doing, is that drug. Shooting it up, smoking it, hot railing it, fucking, it does not matter. Like, it's just something that most people don't understand about those drugs. Like, they don't understand what those do. They just see stuff on TV. They just read about it at school, or like the drug classes at school and shit like that, or read it on the internet or something. But I mean, just because what the internet says about the stuff does not mean it's true. Nobody knows what's true about that unless they've been on it. Most articles or something you find on the internet about those drugs and how they do, what they do to people and all that shit, is stuff made by people who have never done that drug. And yeah, they can sit there and put somebody on it and watch somebody on it, but they still won't technically know what the fuck's going on in their head. Like, they won't. And it's something that is hard, and it's something that no matter what, it will be either you end up in jail, you are dead, or hopefully you can get clean. And dying from that shit is not good. Like, I had to watch my friend tell her son that he didn't have a dad no more because he overdosed on heroin. I had a friend overdose on meth, and the dad wasn't in the picture, and I had to tell her son. It's not a good thing. And I'm honestly glad that I'm not on it anymore, because you know what? I don't have to worry about one of my friends or my parents coming in on me, or somebody, anybody, a cop, anybody, telling my parents that their daughter overdosed on meth or heroin or anything. I'd rather them come back and tell them that I've been arrested for the drug than them tell them I was dead. Just because at least if I got arrested, yeah, I would be in jail and prison or whatever the fuck it is for years. But I mean, at least I'm alive. At least I'm not dead. But I can proudly say that I am clean. That I'm not on those anymore. And it's probably the most happiest thing that has happened to me in a while. Though the withdrawals from it was hell, the cravings are hell, being clean and being sober from that shit is so much fucking better than being on it. Like, I thought on that shit that I was fucking everything. Like, I felt the world was so much better than what it really was. And now that I'm not on it and I'm sober, guess what? I'm enjoying life a lot much better. I'm doing a lot much more. I'm actually, like, I used to drive my car, or my parents' car, whoever's car it was, my friends, anybody's, fucked up on meth, everything. I could have killed myself or anybody because of what I was doing. And guess what? That was selfish of me. Because, I mean, there's been some stuff that's happened to me while I was driving fucked up, but I'm not going to say that. But in all reality, I guess what I've said, and I'm going to repeat again, if you or anybody you know who is on any type of drug, it does not have to be meth or heroin, no matter, even though that's what I've talked about, but it could be fucking pills, it could be any type of hallucinogenic, anything, like, I don't care. I will have stuff on this where you can message me and anything, or like get a hold of me, contact me, ask me anything, talk to me, just talk to me if you need to, and guess what? I will reply. It don't matter if it's 2 o'clock in the freaking morning. I will reply, and I will be here for you. Like, no matter, I don't care if I don't know you, I'm still gonna be here because it's a hell of a fucking disease, and trust me, I hated it, like, and I'm glad I'm fucking sober from it. But just remember, whoever is watching this, to anybody, you're beautiful. I care about you. I want you to get clean, though I don't know you. But your family would appreciate you getting clean. If you have a daughter or a son, they would want you to get clean. Your brother, your sister, your loved one, family, friends, anybody, they want you to get clean. I want you to get clean, which don't sound much coming from a stranger. But trust me, it's better if nobody cares about you at all, having a stranger care about you. I don't care if I don't know you. I care about you. You're beautiful. And people need you here. But that's about it. Thank you for watching if you did. If you stayed through the entire 14 minutes of it.